Have we ever stopped to ponder the implications of our growing detachment from physical social events? In this ever-evolving digital age, we find ourselves increasingly drawn towards the ease and convenience of online interaction. The allure of digital platforms has gradually replaced the traditional allure of tangible face-to-face camaraderie. This growing trend is particularly evident amongst the younger generation, the digital natives who've grown up in a world where online interaction is not only commonplace but often preferred. This phenomena, this preference for the digital over the physical, has been termed modern detachment. It's not a sudden shift, but rather a slow, creeping change that has been subtly influencing our behavior and reshaping our society. The age of isolation, as some have come to call it, is not a future dystopia, but a present reality. But what does this mean for us? On the surface, it may seem like a harmless, even beneficial trend. After all, digital platforms allow us to connect with people from all over the world, breaking down geographical barriers and fostering a global community. Yet, as we immerse ourselves in this digital landscape, we must question what we are leaving behind. The warmth of a friend's smile, the comfort of a loved one's hug, the joy of shared laughter. These are experiences that digital platforms can mimic, but never truly replicate. By favoring digital interaction, are we inadvertently isolating ourselves from these irreplaceable human experiences? Moreover, the prevalence of modern detachment among young adults is cause for concern. This is a critical age where social skills are honed, relationships are formed, and identities are shaped. If the bulk of their interaction is happening behind screens, what does this mean for their social development? As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll question the sustainability of a society dominated by screen-lit faces and typed conversations. We'll explore the potential psychological, emotional, and social ramifications of a lifestyle that prioritizes virtual interaction over physical connection. As we delve deeper, let's explore the ramifications of such a lifestyle. Consider the story of Emily, a 25-year-old woman who found herself struggling with face-to-face conversations. Emily had always been a social butterfly, brimming with energy and charm. She thrived in the company of others, drawing strength from their laughter and shared experiences. But as the years passed, Emily's world began to change. She found herself spending less time in cafes and parks, and more time in front of screens. A tweet replaced a chat, a like replaced a hug, and before she knew it, her physical world had shrunk to the confines of her living room. This shift from physical to digital interaction was gradual, almost imperceptible. Emily didn't notice it at first, but the signs were there. She began to feel an inexplicable anxiety when she had to engage in person. The once vibrant conversationalist now stuttered and stumbled over her words. The joy of connection was replaced by a fear of judgment. She felt like a stranger in her skin, disconnected from her own voice. The impact of this shift was not just confined to her social interactions, it seeped into her mental health as well. Emily found herself feeling lonely and isolated. She was surrounded by a sea of digital faces, yet she felt more alone than ever. She yearned for the warmth of physical connection, the intimacy of a shared silence, the spontaneity of a burst of laughter. But all of these seemed like distant memories, lost in the maze of digital interaction. Emily's struggles are not unique. They are a reflection of a wider societal shift. The art of conversation, once the cornerstone of human connection, is being forgotten. The nuances of facial expressions, the rhythm of shared laughter, the comfort of a reassuring touch, all seem to be fading into oblivion, replaced by emojis and text messages. Emily's story is not an isolated one. There are countless others who share a similar fate. Now let's turn our attention to Jack, a 30-year-old man who found himself trapped in the virtual world. Jack, like many of us, initially used digital platforms as a tool for convenience and connection. Over time, however, his reliance on these platforms spiraled into a severe case of digital addiction. His world began to shrink, limited to the confines of a screen. He was living but not in reality. Instead, he was confined within his own virtual prison. Jack's story is not unique. It's a chilling testament to the risks of excessive digital dependence. His health deteriorated as he neglected physical activity and proper nutrition, opting instead for hours upon hours of screen time. His eyes, strained from the harsh light of the screen, developed chronic fatigue. His sleep cycle too was disrupted, leading to insomnia and a constant state of exhaustion. But the impacts extended beyond just physical health. Jack's relationships began to crumble. His loved ones felt sidelined, replaced by virtual acquaintances and digital interactions. His friends and family watched helplessly as Jack withdrew further from physical social events, his presence replaced by a glaring absence. His overall well-being took a hit as well. Jack's cognitive functions began to decline. He found it increasingly difficult to focus on tasks that required critical thinking or creativity. His productivity at work plummeted and he was eventually let go. The screen that once served as a window to the world now only reflected back a distorted image of the man he used to be. Moreover, his mental health was severely affected. He suffered from isolation and loneliness, even though he was more connected than ever before. He had hundreds of friends online, yet he felt utterly alone. His life, once full and vibrant, was now reduced to a series of hollow online interactions. Jack's experience serves as a stark warning about the dangers of excessive digital dependence. His story is a cautionary tale that underscores the importance of balance in our digital and physical lives. It reminds us that while technology can be a powerful tool, it can also become a virtual prison if we allow it to control us. These individual stories paint a grim picture, but what happens when we scale this up to a societal level? Take a step back from the individual and look at the canvas of society as a whole. The pattern of modern detachment from physical social events isn't just a personal concern, but a societal one. The threads of human connection that weave the fabric of our societies are fraying, replaced by the cold, impersonal touch of digital interaction. Imagine a society where the norm is isolation, where the art of conversation is replaced with text messages and emojis. Loneliness, already a silent epidemic in many parts of the world, may become the defining condition of our age. As we lose those precious face-to-face interactions, we may find ourselves more alone, even when surrounded by others online. Yet, it's not just about feeling alone. As we become more detached from physical social events, we risk losing our ability to empathize with others. Empathy is born from understanding, and understanding often comes from shared experiences. If our experiences are increasingly solitary, confined to the glare of a screen, how can we truly understand the plight of others? There's also the risk of societal fragmentation. Physical social events bring together people from all walks of life, fostering a sense of community and shared identity. Without these, we may find ourselves living in echo chambers, our beliefs and perspectives unchallenged, our biases reinforced. The potential societal impact of this detachment is not just about losing touch with each other. It's about losing touch with our shared humanity, our collective identity. It's about a society that may become more polarized, more insular, and less empathetic. As we navigate this digital age, we must remember the value of physical connection. We must strive to keep the threads of our societal fabric strong and vibrant. As we move forward, let's not forget the importance of being truly present, of truly connecting with each other. On a broad scale, this detachment could potentially lead to a society that is more disconnected than ever before. While the situation may seem dire, it is not without hope. As we've journeyed through the age of isolation, we've seen the forgotten art of conversation, the virtual prison we've built for ourselves, and the societal impact of our detachment from physical social events. But here, in this final scene, we're going to explore the way forward. One of the key solutions is to strike a balance between digital and physical interaction. Yes, technology has its benefits. It has connected us across continents, made information more accessible, and opened up new avenues for communication. But too much of a good thing can be harmful. And in this case, excessive digital interaction has led to a lack of face-to-face contact, resulting in a sense of isolation and detachment. We need to remember that human beings are social creatures. We thrive on physical interaction, on shared experiences, on the warmth of a smile, the comfort of a hug, the joy of shared laughter. Therefore, it's important to reintroduce physical social events into our lives. Whether it's a meetup with friends, a family gathering, a community event, or a casual outing, these experiences can help us reconnect with our social roots. It's not about completely abandoning digital interaction, but rather about using it to enhance our physical interactions, not replace them. There's also a need to reduce our dependence on digital interaction. This doesn't mean we should throw away our smartphones or disconnect from the internet. It's about using these tools mindfully, understanding when it's time to log off and engage with the world around us. It's about recognizing when we're using technology as a crutch instead of as a tool. In the end, maintaining a balance between the physical and the digital world is crucial for our individual and societal well-being. It's about understanding that we're not just digital beings, but human beings, living in a world that's rich with experiences waiting to be explored. And as we navigate this journey, let's remember to stay connected, not just online but offline as well.